Okay, that's fine. So when you want, before we start properly, when you come out you have a whole of the space. You can pace and do whatever you want. You just come out, introduce yourself. I believe you know how it's done. Your school, if possible, your class, okay? You come here, you state your point, or you stand aside. Happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stand up. If you're happy and you know it, sit down. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stand up. If you're happy and you know it, do the 3. If you're happy and you know it, do the 3. You're already standing up. If you're happy and you know it, do the 3 will be. This for the first thing you did, this for the second thing you did, right? And the second, do you understand? If you're happy and you know it, do the 3. If you're happy and you know it, do the 3. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, sit down. A round of applause for yourself. Thank you very much, and we start now. And what's the time? The time, what's the time? My time says it's 9:35. We do, right? 9:39. Okay. We do apologize for a late start. Rotary is not known to start late or make promises they cannot keep. So we do apologize. And we start up late. There were a lot of logistic problem we had, and that is why we are starting late. We apologize. So we were waiting for a particular. Are you here, Ireti? Oh, you just walked in. Okay, who is the first speaker? Please sit here. And you're the second. Please try and put your chair right behind her. Thank you very much. Okay, you're late. Welcome, all the same. We are having 4 schools here. We have the Government College, where we are in, which is our host. We have the Palomar High School. We have the Ireti Senior Grammar School. And then we have the Girls Secondary School, Girls Senior Secondary Grammar School. So we welcome you all. As we start the meeting, thank you very much. In our usual protocol, my president, past president, fellow Rotarians, students of the 4 various schools representing us for our annual debate, guests and friends, good morning. Welcome to this year's annual debate, regardless of all the restrictions. We have this annual debate yearly, that is why it's annual, and we normally used to have it at the Westwood Hotel, where the Rotary Club of IKOYI Metropolitan, which is the club we belong to, meets every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. But today we are having our meeting with you, so it's a privilege. Clap for yourselves. We canceled our meeting this morning to be here to meet with you. So the annual debate starts immediately. Again, I will apologize for the late start. We're starting an hour behind schedule. We do 30 minutes behind schedule. We do apologize. Because our 4-way test is our guiding principle. Which talks about the truth. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be good and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Our topic today is talking about the pandemic that has ravaged countries. And I must say with all pride, Africa is the least country that is really affected. Maybe because we don't have proper data or statistics, I don't know. But the truth is, we've not been as affected as most European countries in the COVID pandemic that is ravaging the world. Some people are asking if it's the end of the world, we don't know. Well, probably you bring those points out for us, the positive and the negative. Maybe COVID should continue, and let's all enjoy COVID. We will know today. Maybe COVID shouldn't continue. Maybe there are some restrictions, and that is the debate. That is the topic we'll all be debating about today. Please be as audible as possible. yourself, introduce your schools, and then state your point. Before I go further, I will introduce all those on the high table so you know them. This is past President Kevin Ofili, who was the past president of the club. He's one of the judges. We have also to the right, to my right, okay, a member of the club, a very active, the secretary of the club actually, Rotary Easy. And to my far right, the youth of the club, Rotary Arinze, a round of applause. He's the public relations officer, so everything we're doing here today, he's in charge of the media coverage, etc., etc. And of course, the lady that is holding the reins of the club as a 2020-2021, by July, she will have handed the baton over. My president, Rotary G-Lights, a round of applause. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. And of course, you're standing far off. Another member of the club, Rotary Jacob, a round of applause for you. Thank you very much. And we start the debate now. We're going to take it from the first school that arrived. We're starting from the whole school, in no particular order. Yes, okay, yes, the timekeeper. Oh, okay. Oh. All right, let me tell you. Thank you very much, ma'am. My president. Okay, for information, when stating your point and introducing yourself, because you're far off from people, it's safe. For instance, it's safe for me to take this off. I'm not close to anybody. Nobody's beside me. So you're free to take off your mask so we can hear you clearly. Is that clear? When you start out to make your debate. And of course, I introduce everyone else except myself. My name is Rotary IKOYI. I'm the past president of the club, and I'm glad to be here and to be with each and every one of you. So we are giving each debater 3 minutes. Is that it? 3 minutes, the first. 3 minutes for the first speaker, 2 for the second to emphasize on the points, and that would it. Please, the first bell does not mean round off. It's signed to round off. When you hear the bell twice, then it means your time is over. Is that clear? Do we understand? Let me make an example. When you hear this, it means your time will round off, and when you hear, it means your time is over. Is that clear? My president, please.
Good morning, past presidents in the House, fellow Rotarians, the 4 schools here represented, Government College, our host today. I think there's a representative from the district education, maybe I have not arrived yet. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm indeed grateful today to God that we are able to gather here to participate in one of our annual flagship projects, which is the annual INTERSCHOOL debates for Rotary year 2020-2021. This is an annual event in the history of Rotary Club of IKOYI Metro, held to mark the Literacy Month. We had to delay it due to COVID-19. This year's debate is instructive in that the club has chosen to honor one of our own who spent his lifetime pursuing the cause of the youth. Late President, past President Tunde Adeleye served the club well. It is indeed in this regard that the club decided to name this year's debate after him. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. At this point, I will crave the House to please rise up and observe the 1-minute silence in honor of our departed people. The time starts now. May the soul of Tunde Adeleye rest in perfect peace. Amen. The topic chosen is instructive. COVID-19 has disrupted and continues to disrupt our lives in so many ways. Hence, we are here today to hear what you think about it all. I want to thank the district education officers for finding time to be with us. They had promised me that they will be here. The principals and teachers of all the schools for their cooperation in releasing the students to participate in today's debate. I encourage the participants to give it their best. See it as an opportunity to sharpen your speaking and presentation skills, develop confidence in speaking in public, and learn as you go along. In all, I want to thank my fellow Rotarians for finding time to be here and to make this day a dream come true. Welcome. Thank you very much. I wish you the best.
Thank you very much, my President. Another beautiful Rotarian just walked in while we were talking. She was held up in traffic. A round of applause for Rotarian Lola. And as she has come in, she will be our timekeeper. Now, what's going to happen is all the first, we'll have the first speaker from each each school. So we are, yes, we're going to have, you are for, you are for, you are against, you are for, you are against, you are for. Please, can you move over here? I want to have the for, please. Darling, move on. So we have the for before the against. All right, okay, we go off now. We have the pupil from the student. We have the student from Girls Senior Secondary Grammar School. A round of applause.
The coronavirus disease 2019, formerly known as COVID-19, is a communicable respiratory illness caused by a mixture of coronavirus. This disease can spread from person to person through infected air droplets that are projected during sneezing or coughing. It can also be transmitted when humans have contact with hard surfaces that contain the virus, either by touching their eyes, nose, or mouth with the infected ends. But before I proceed, I'd like to give another 2 minutes. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my distinguished audience. My name is Anibale Rachel. I'm a bona fide student of Girls Senior Secondary Grammar School, and I am here to speak on the topic COVID-19 has impacted positively or negatively on education. I'm here to say that COVID-19 has impacted positively on education. To start with, on the 19th of March 2020, the Federal Ministry of Education approved school closures as a response to the pandemic. States in the Federation contextualized this with the Lagos State Ministry of Education releasing a schedule of radio and TV lessons for students both in public and private schools. Many schools opted to continue their normal classes on online platforms. These include the use of online tools such as group video programs using applications like Zoom and Google Classroom. It allows students and teachers to meet live and conduct classes over the internet. It also enables students to study at their own time. It also helps the teachers to concentrate more on the teaching rather than being distracted by students or EMP students. Moreover, as children were at home with their parents during the COVID-19 lockdown, parents now have more time to care and cater for their children and to know how they are faring academically. Before the COVID-19 period, parents will go to school, children will go to work, and before they all get back in the night, they are all tired. Parents don't even know the class their children are because they are stressed due to work. But during the COVID-19 lockdown, parents and children, they are home together. Parents have time to know how their children are faring academically and to know know how their children are faring academically, and to know the way their teachers teach them and all. Moreover, COVID-19 has also created many opportunities for students. These opportunities include online skills. Many students have the ability to learn online skills such as web development, copywriting, and graphic designing. I want to use myself as an example. During the COVID-19 lockdown, when I literally had nothing doing at home, after my online classes, I thought on how I could make money using my mobile phone. Then I thought of learning online skills. I learned web development and graphic designing. Today, I can boldly stand in front of you and tell you that if I want to create a web page, a website for someone, I'll collect nothing less than 20,000 naira. It is just a web page, a simple web page. I'm not talking of the advanced ones. I'll collect nothing less than 10,000 naira from the person. And also, if I want to create a logo or a business card for someone, I'll collect nothing less than 10,000 naira. And this has also helped me to support my parents financially and to support myself academically. Also, COVID-19 has helped to improve the mental capacity of students. Let's go back to the memory lane. During the COVID-19 lockdown, the Medical Association of Nigeria, they went on strike because the government did not provide sufficient protective equipment for the medical personnel. Some secondary school students in Abuja created a robot. This robot is called MyRobot. This is the robot. This robot can check temperature of patients, dispense drugs, and dispense hand sanitizer. It is created because they want to use this robot to reduce the physical contact between the medical personnel and the patients. Without COVID-19, students will not even think of doing something like this because all they will be thinking about is academics. But as we are told, they combine academic with skills that can empower them. In conclusion, the outbreak of COVID-19 has influenced almost everything, partially or completely. It did not pass by education, but dramatically changed it for the best. With this point of mind, I hope I've been able to prove to you beyond reasonable doubt that COVID-19 has impacted on education positively. Thank you.
A round of applause. Thank you very much, my dear. Thank you. We call now on the next school, which is Government College. Government College, thank you. Oh, sorry, I meant Ireti because you're all going white. Yes, Ireti.
Good day, Mr. Moderator, panel of judges, our great time my co-debaters, distinguished audience. I am George Osin, student of Rotary Senior Grammar School. Now I'm here to speak in support of the motive which states COVID-19 had both positive and negative impacts on education. Before I proceed, I would like to shed more light on the term COVID-19. COVID-19, commonly known as coronavirus, is a type of virus that causes disease in humans and animals. In humans, it causes respiratory infections, and in more severe infections, it kills people. The COVID-19 pandemic has had both negative and positive impacts in education, but I will start by stating some of the negative impacts on education. First is the passive learning by students. The sudden shift to online learning has caused the rate of most students becoming passive learners, and they seem to be losing interest due to low level of attention span. Added to this is that a large proportion of the student population may be left untouched due to lack of resources such as access to internet, etc. Second is the problem unprepared teachers are facing. Online learning is a special kind of methodology, and not all teachers are good at it, or at least not all of them were ready for the sudden transition from face-to-face learning to online learning. Lastly, during the lockdown, most students have shifted focus to skill acquisition, which is not helpful in any way because we can't serve two masters at the same time, prompting their withdrawal from school. Despite all the negative impacts it has had on education, there is no doubt that it has also improved our ways of learning. First is the rise in blended learning. The sudden shift to online learning has also improved the students in learning face-to-face learning and also with online model, thereby increasing their knowledge, and also thus help enabling teachers to go through some training to become more technology savvy and bring themselves to the level that's required. Secondly, this new development has also enabled the students to learn in a fast and fast way through references and impactful videos. In conclusion, the COVID-19 has triggered the education revolution. And also, the biggest change that the education sector globally has seen this year is the massive shift from classroom to digital classrooms. I hope at this point of mine, I have been able to prove to you that the COVID-19 had both positive and negative impact on our education.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This was a bad oversight on my part. I would like to introduce the principal of our host school. We are at the government college here on Osborne Road, IKOYI, and the principal is in our midst, the vice principal, sorry, is in our midst. Cameraman, can you leave on the side? I can see people I'm talking to. No cameraman. Yeah, the vice principal of the whole school has gracefully given us the space to use. We are calling on Mrs. Ajagbe AI. I hope I pronounced it. Ajagbe AI, the VP of Government Senior College. Thank you very much. Sorry for that oversight. And of course, all the children, don't mind me calling you children, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. So I just don't mind me calling you children. All the students seated, you are welcome, and I know teachers had to go through a lot of putting you through most of the things you're going to convince us about today. I'll recognize the person of, I don't know if it's a Mr. or a Miss, Adesanya, K.A. A round of applause, please. The two senior grammar school, you're welcome, sir. Oyedemi S.O. Falamo Senior High School. My Yoruba teacher, I was born in Island Maternity here. I'm a Sulere girl. So for me not to pronounce this, obviously my Yoruba teacher did not do her work well. And I think this is even more. Sir? I want Soba, F.O. Girls Senior Secondary School. Round of applause, please. Girls Senior Secondary School. You're welcome, teachers. Thank you for your effort. So we go back to the debate, and we now call on Government College. Thank you.
Good day, everyone, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and ever-attentive audience. My name is Oyetituloluwa Deborah. I am a student of Government Senior College, IKOYI. I'm here to oppose the motion that states COVID-19 has impacted education positively and negatively. I'd like to begin by explaining what COVID-19 is. COVID-19 is an illness caused by a novel coronavirus called severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, which was first discovered in Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China. There is no doubt that the impact of the COVID-19 in our world has impacted the world greatly in so many negative ways, from the global economy to the lives of the individuals to the lives of the students in their educational district. To the lives of the students in their educational district. In our country, Nigeria, after the first reported case of the coronavirus disease, the government decided to take a step, and they proceeded with the plan of the lockdown. Now, this plan of the lockdown, they had to allow all the citizens, all the schools out to be closed, and about 1.2 billion students all around the world were out of school, with 73.8% of schools in the world closed down, including the schools in Nigeria. These abrupt closures of all the learning institutions in Nigeria led to significant disruptions in the educational system of our country. While students were at home for months, the government now proceeded with the idea of the students practicing e-learning. E-learning is just like learning, but everything is done virtually with the use of technological advancements like phones, computers, televisions, radios, and so on. But the thing is, this is not beneficial to everyone. It is only beneficial to those who are from financially stable background, so not everyone can afford it. Imagine 50% of students learning and participating in online activities, while the other 50% they can't because they don't have the imperative materials. Now, I think my fellow students agree with me when I say it is better to be taught by and educated by a teacher physically than virtually, because when it is done physically, you are easily going to be able to apprehend what the teacher is trying to teach you due to the gesticulations, the actions, and the expression of the teacher. But if it is done virtually, it is going to seem void. And for sure, with the social media apps on your phone, you are going to feel distracted from one point to another. Due to the effects of the COVID-19 in the educational system of our country, things important and imperative things like exams, tests, projects, they had to be postponed due to the initiation of the lockdown. Now, after the schools are finally resumed, the government decided that students should be promoted according to their first term examinations. And this was a great hit to the students who did not perform well at their first term examinations. So with these points, I hope I've been able to establish the fact that COVID-19 has affected the world negatively and the educational system negatively rather than positively. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought for a moment that the microphone was not working. Apparently it was. Hello? So the microphone was working. Ireti. Falomo High School. A round of applause, please.
Good day, Mr. Moderator, panel of judges, IKOYI timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my attentive audience. My name is Afolabi Adebowale. I am a bona fide student of Falomo Senior School. I am here to oppose the motion which says COVID-19 has impacted education negatively or positively. First, I would like to enlighten us on the term COVID-19. COVID-19 is a common cold respiratory disease that is raging among plants and among animals and humans, even until now. It was declared a world pandemic by the World Health Organization on March 19, 2020, which led to the temporary close down of all man activities around the world, even in Nigeria. The fact that COVID-19 has impacted education negatively is an indisputable fact, even until now. And the one major effect is the lockdown. The lockdown was a preventive measure taken by the Nigerian government to control the risks of spread of COVID-19. But moreover, it has an enormous impact on education because the lockdown information was impromptu to both students and parents, and whereby making them not prepared for the long-time vacation. And without the benefit of previous planning, students and teachers weren't prepared, and assignments were not given to students to last them for the number of time, which was thought to be for a week or two, but unfortunately lasted for several months. Secondly, is the exposure of adolescents to societal abuse. As we all know, societal abuse is the possession of forceful acts of minors into illegal activities. During this lockdown, adolescents were introduced to abuse either by their parents' relative or either society abuse, and which is also known as juvenile delinquency. And this has affected their physical, emotional, and mental state, and thereby making them lose their focus in education. Thirdly, is the remote lesson. The remote lesson, also known as e-learning, is the involvement of technology to facilitate learning. But unfortunately, this remote learning wasn't embraced by students with low-point traumatic injury, low assimilation capacity, students who have limited or no access to these gadgets, or students who don't have WhatsApp or these smart engines enabled phone. And also, subjects like maths, chemistry are complex and difficult subjects which can't be understood except loosely explained by their teachers during proximate learning. Fourthly, is the radio and television program. The radio and television program was also an alternative means taken by the government to keep students busy at home. But unknowingly, this TV program wasn't really directed to a specific class, but meant for general classes. In conclusion, I hope I'll be able to prove to you that COVID-19 had a negative impact on education. Thank you.
Thank you, Ireti. Falomo High School, right? Am I right? Please be seated. Thank you very much. I believe we are getting to understand better. Please use your microphone. Don't be scared. The platform is there. And that word T-O-R is what? T-O-R. Pronounce T-O-R. So I'm hearing my co-debater. T-O-R is what? So I'm hearing my co-debater. Just, yes, we go now to girls, GS. A round of applause as you emphasize on your points further.
The times that have never been dreamt of, the pandemic coronavirus, known as COVID-19, blowed around the globe, leaving no space untouched. It certainly had a memorable positive impact on education. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, IKOYI timekeeper, and my co-debaters. I am IKOYI, a bona fide student of Girls Senior Secondary Grammar School, and I'm here to fully emphasize that COVID-19 has impacted positively on education. Learning has become digitalized. Parents and different organizations have risen to the challenge by providing technological equipment to enable teaching and learning take place. There's hardly any school today that has not leveraged on the learning opportunities that abound online. COVID-19 has made it a necessity for private and government school owners to enhance their teaching personnel through different trainings that cut across academic, economic, social, mental, and administrative aspects of education. Today, many teachers have been certified on courses that undoubtedly has impact on education positively. The shift in education also means that more opportunities are arising and available to students. Today, many online educational platforms have been advertising educational tools for students. In addition, companies like Scholastic and Coursera have been advertising free online courses for students to encourage them to learn at home. And websites such as UNESCO and Open Culture are creating tests of free online courses to students. An online university known as University of the People offer degrees that are 100% online to students, making education available to students anywhere in the world. This university is also tuition-free, making education available to students in the world, and also to make them earn any degree in the world. Today, government has implemented multifaceted strategies to enable students to learn at home through the use of radio and television for teaching, and this has helped reach a great number of students who learn from the comfort of their homes. In conclusion, in the field of education, COVID-19 has made a strong collaboration among all the stakeholders in the field of education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. GS, if you think it's easy, go and stand there now and try to explain. So I know it's not easy. I was never in the debate society, but who can guess what society will be in school? Who can guess? It's 10 points. Then what society do you think are joining school? No, besides those, which society do you think are joining school? I was not in debate society. What? You can guess. Sorry? Press club? No, not those clubs. The other clubs. You see, Nigeria has so put our brain. If it's not academics, it's no club. Yes, please. No, not Rotary club. Besides those serious clubs. I don't look serious now, right? No! Something fun. Dancing and drama. That's where you find me. How can you find me in those? So, I know it's not easy to stand there and try to express, even if you have it in your heart. So, a round of applause for all those who have done that. So, come on. Ireti High School. Let them walk. Okay. Ireti High School, the second. Remember, first speakers, we are going to round up your point again in 2 seconds, if possible. All right then. Ireti High School, a round of applause, please.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, accurate timekeepers, my co-debaters, and my fellow students. My name is Ngaf Chukwu from Rotary Senior Grammar School, standing on the existing protocol. The coronavirus has caused a dramatic change in every aspect of the world, and especially in Nigeria, from transportation, agriculture, health sector, and even to the aspect of education. Nigeria's education has suffered greatly due to the impact of coronavirus, both positively and negatively. To start with, due to the coronavirus lockdown, many students stopped receiving education. Students couldn't interact and get feedback from their teachers, which prevented them from learning, making them stranded and unable to learn. Students in rural and undeserved areas are being left behind because of their inability to be equipped for the new modern way of learning. Closure of schools did not only affect teachers, students, and their families, but have far-fetched the social and economical consequences. The closure of schools shed light to more economic impacts like child abuse, violence, internet access, digital learning, and so many others, which could have not been done when the coronavirus was not there. The impact has been more severe on disadvantaged students and their families who could not have the means of learning through online lessons and classes, which causing interrupted learning, healthcare problems, and so on and so forth. But despite this, I stand to say that coronavirus has also had a very good positive impact on the economy. The pandemic also helped to bring out every pothole in the education sector, which has made the government to restructure the whole education sector in Nigeria, bringing about digital equipment, making digital literacy rise in Nigeria to a considerable extent. I bet that every student here now knows how to handle a computer and have learned one skills online. So, with these few points of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince and not confuse you that coronavirus pandemic has had both positive and negative impact on students and education.
Thank you very much. We go further to Government College. Sorry, darling, before you come. GSGS has been the school for over 4 years. I have been taking this debate home. I'm not saying be afraid of them. Have every reason to tackle them to the last. And I think last year, Government College won. Last year, I'm right? I think I've seen that face. Last year, Government College is currently the champion of our annual debates. So this year, I don't know where it's going to swing to the people that have had it before, or a brown new school. So be prepared that it is not a joke. Most times, these students are also taken to our youth program, which is RILA. And so there are many opportunities made available. But for COVID, GSGS, two girls were chosen from that school 2 years ago to go to America, all expenses paid by the Rotary Club. We have what is called the Youth Exchange. In the Youth Exchange is where we avail students the opportunity to go abroad. They will learn abroad for free. They will have a host, another Rotarian in America or whichever state. Some went to Brazil. They will have a host. All that is paid for here is get your passport and pay for your ticket. For that 1 year, everything you do will be on Rotary. So we have a program called the Youth Exchange. A round of applause. She likes what she's hearing. So we know that they are taking over from us, or they have already taken over. So everything we're talking here today and everything they are making us understand here today is for the benefit of all. So I go further to invite Government College. A round of applause.
All protocols duly observed. My name is Peace James. Based on what my chief speaker had said earlier, I want to enlighten you more on the topic. The COVID-19 pandemic created so many bad effects in our country, which are sluggish cross-border movement of students, education becomes more expensive, teachers were not well prepared for the online classes, and so many others. Did you know that COVID-19 caused sluggish cross-border movement of students? Universities in countries such as Canada, Switzerland, Tokyo, and so many others depend on the movement of students from various countries. However, parents are now avoiding students traveling to other countries based on the high risk of the pandemic. In addition, students become passive learners. Students became passive learners. In other words, this is the method where students receive no feedback from their teachers. The sudden shift to online classes made students more passive learners because they do not receive attention from their teachers. Moreover, they do not receive attention from their teachers. Speaking forward, due to the observance of social distancing protocols, populated schools were drastically affected as students were told to come to school in batches. However, this was a detriment to education because how can a child who is expected to come to school 5 days a week, 65 days a term, now comes just twice a week, 26 days a term? Without a doubt, such students can never cover up their syllabus. This was a big threat to the education. Moving forward, lack of digital technologies from the teachers because there were no IT lack of digital education from the teachers because most teachers were not IT competent and they do not even have Android phones. So how can they teach their students via e-learning means? Most teachers, while other teachers who had Android phones could hardly get data for themselves. So the online classes was just a big mess to the education. Education became more expensive in the sense that people now adopted digital technologies for teaching, while they left on-site method due to some drastic means I do not know about. So people now adopted the online technologies, leaving those who do not have phones, data, televisions, and so many others aside. This caused a major breakdown of students as they felt so not concerned about because the government did not put in any effort to train the students. Most students seated here were not even taken along during the online classes. So how did the COVID-19 impact us positively? No, it did not impact as most students did not gain anything during the COVID-19 pandemic. With this point of mind, I hope I've been able to establish the fact that COVID-19 did not positively improve our education system, but totally damaged it and is still damaging it until now.
A round of applause, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now, if you don't know yet that women are the rulers of the world, I can count. Government college, is it a mixed school or an all-girls school? Mixed school. I know this is an all-girls school. But if you count the number of girls seated here today, you will know where the world is going. You are either coming with us or we leave you behind. A round of applause as we welcome another lady from Solomon High School. A round of applause.
Still standing on exiting protocol. My name is Atikos Patience, a student of Falomo Senior High School, and I'm here to propose the motion that COVID-19 has impacted education negatively. I will expatiate on some critical facts about the negative effect of COVID-19. Firstly, the staggered resumption. As in order not to cause an enormous effect on education, the government considered the partial resumption and existing the government considered the resumption of schools partially, which that is SS1 comes to school Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, SS2 comes to school Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now tell me, what kind of education do you call this, and what do you think these students are doing all alone at home? Remember, their parents have all gone to work, and some students are working endlessly on the street like they are homeless and they have no parents. The teachers who are supposed to send notes to them online are busy with the other students in the school. Very sad. We all are not improving in our educational system. Secondly, the incomplete scheme of work. Before the lockdown, the scheme was not yet complete. And after the lockdown, the teachers still tend to combine both the past and present scheme of work, which make teaching so complicated for the students. Thirdly, the co-curricular activities have been totally cancelled, which is the assembly, the societal meeting, and so on. The assembly, which serves as a source of information to all students, which makes which give us moral, which teachers usually teach us moral values, have been cancelled, and which has increased the rate of lateness to school. Many students come to school opens 7:30, but many students come to school 10 o'clock. In conclusion, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that COVID-19 has impacted education negatively. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. A round of applause. Yes, we're rounding up in a minute. But you know what? Thank you so much, Falomo High School. How many of us like free things? Don't pretend now. How many of us like free? F-R-E-E, free things. So I want to give the people that are coming to round up their point. Draw your argument home. Don't tell us about Canada, don't tell us about London, don't tell us about what is happening in Australia. Draw your argument home. You are students in Nigeria and we have our peculiarities. So whatever point you're going to take now to close up your argument, please draw your argument home. Can I have the microphone? So 1 minute or less each for each. We're starting with GSGS. A round of applause. Stay there and just stay there.
Okay. Starting on the existing protocol, I still strongly agree that COVID-19 has impacted positively on education. But before I go to my arguments, let's look at how COVID-19 has dramatically made us more hygienic. As you can see, before I collected this man gave me hand sanitizer. Even before we get there, I'm very sure that various schools, we've washed our hands and do other precautions. These precautions do not only keep us safe from COVID-19, but also prevent us from contacting other communicable diseases. I want to say this. I overheard my opponent from Palomo Senior High School saying that COVID-19 was declared a world pandemic on the 19th of March 2020. No, it was declared a world pandemic on the 31st of December 2019. I also overheard my opponent from Government College saying that most children are less privileged. They do not have access to the internet. That is why the Lagos State government provided mobile phones for less privileged children. This is the phone. You can WhatsApp on the phone, you can do Facebook on the phone, you can Google on the phone, you can do anything on the phone. So, COVID-19 has a negative impact on education, but they are bounded by positive impact also. In this point of time, I think I've been able to convince you all that COVID-19 has impacted positively on education. Thank you.
Okay. To go to war, go with all your bullets. I didn't even know they gave them phone. I didn't know that. A round of applause again for Lagos State government. So I don't know fashion. A round of applause for Lagos State government. Ireti Grammar School, please.
Despite all the negative impacts it has had on education, there is no doubt that it has improved our ways of learning, and it has also broken our perception of what is normal, because we now learn through phones, and it's also easier because there are some students that help their parents at their various shops that can just use the small phone the Lagos State government has given to them, according to my fellow debater. They can use it to do online lesson, which is not difficult in any way, because they also provided SIM card, and it has also helped us to be more technology informed, helping us to be more technology savvy, and also it has improved our ways of learning, and also enabled our teachers to go through some training to become more technology savvy.
To become more technological, what are you going to say? Savvy. How you spell that word? Okay. A round of applause. We're using big English here. When you get home, I expect you on this side to be writing down. Some of the English they are using today, I'm sure you've never heard of it. You have. Okay, that's good. Government college, please. A round of applause.
Still standing on the existing protocol, two of my opponents said that our country, Nigeria, has the technology. Why? Yes, you say we have the technology, but why are we still here? We are not technologically advanced as other countries. Other countries, when they are performing their online classes, they have good internet connections for video conferences. But why is it that when you have experienced it, that whenever you are participating in a video conference, you always see error loss, connection loss, or the video is lagging, and and whenever the teacher is teaching, you cannot be able to hear their audio because we don't have that kind of technology yet. You might think we have it, but we don't have it. And when you now get the connection back online, you see that the teacher has already gone ahead and you are still behind.
Now you said that they brought phone.
Why is it? Now you said that. Now you said that you brought food. What happened to the rest of us? Why don't we have it? It's just you. So the local government just gave only you the phone, but not everyone. You can only say that they gave you. The only one you can only convince me that yes, the government are doing something if they gave every single Nigerian student that phone. Thank you.
While they were yet speaking, so while we were yet speaking, technology showed us that happened. So I called on Furthermore High School.
I have no problem saying it was declared the pandemic on December 4th. No, it was first on December 4th. And it was declared the pandemic on March 19, 2020. And also, as for the online classes, it's unfavorable to students who are going with traumatic injury, students who have limited of this or no access to this equipment. And he also said that this phone was shared to students, but no, none of got to me. And also students, even over there. The phone we only give to students who are easy access to these people sharing this phone. Even to us, we never had the phone. And we never had benefit to this person. And people have a connection, expenses taken to maintain all this equipment. And as for the radio activity program, the radio activity program was specified to a general class, and not only specified to a general class, but it also specified to classes like science, but only general classes like maths, English, and all. Thank you.
Whoa. I'm the MC, the compare, as it were, for today's. I would have brought out my phone. If you were giving that phone from Lagos State government, let me see your phone. Just raise your hand if you have the phone. If you are given and you have the phone, is it for a certain class of students or all students are meant to have it? Less privileged children.
Selected schools, not all schools.
Oh, selected schools, not all schools.
Not all schools.
Oh.
Very bad by match.
We are going to a year and a half now in the pandemic. Thank you very much. So, my president said maybe to come with the vaccine. Oh no, probably. Okay, so I don't know what they mean by so I'm sure that children in Holy Child probably don't have these phones. St. Gregory is assumed that they are privileged children, but they may not be privileged children. They may be in a privileged school, or may not be privileged children. If there's such a word as privileged school, I'm sure the children in Corona, they wouldn't even ask them if they have a phone. They assume that if you can pay fees of $100 of $1 million, you can afford the phone. But in a technologically savvy environment, everybody is supposed to have it. Thank you very much for your point. As the modulators compile, you have your results together. As they compile their results together, it's a good time to talk. Anybody here wants to throw more light? Not for your school, just some information they may have missed that you have. Students, some information you have that they may have missed. Government college, GSGS. Oh, you will have followed on. What did you go on to? You have an idea of what they're talking about, so maybe you have a suggestion, something they miss, just for not for your school. Not for your school, it's not a debate. Don't even greet us, just go ahead. But I know that's another problem. You don't want to do accurate timekeeper. You don't. Yes, government college. I can see you. Is that government college? Yeah, I can see you twitching. You have something to say. Let's hear it. You want to say something? Anything? You don't. Who else? Boys, girls have been talking since Uncle Five. What? Okay. Yes. Okay. You have something to add? Anybody here has something to add? Since they don't. Okay, to add more points to your school. Okay. So you don't give us information for free. Anything else? How many teachers were you giving phones as well?
No.
No.
Even we are not doing data.
So that's why I said bring your argument home. I have a son at home currently that is in a school abroad, and so we have to own the gen. I have three service. What was it called now? Three service, what do they call them? Service providers. I have IPNX that the estate has. I have Smile, just so that he does not miss out on anything they're doing in school. Now, even while he's there, and I'm here now, he's at home, so if there's no light, he owns the gen, that's extra diesel and extra fuel on me. Now, I'm even assuming that he's really in school. Yes, maybe because the way you train your children, you can vouch for them a bit, but when class is over, who stops you from going to Facebook and YouTube? When the class is over, you can always switch to what have you not, so there are a lot of challenges there. I run a school, a private school, and then you have a problem where parents are saying, we are buying data, we have to sacrifice our phones, our laptop. God help you if you have twins that are in the same class. It means that every device in the house is shut down for that period of time they're in school. And also the parents are saying, we can't pay full school fees because we are buying data, children are at home, so they are also using some money, they can't pay full school fees. Is that a fair argument? It looks fair, right? Yes. But let me tell you where it's not fair. You are still paying the teachers full salaries. Hello? You're still paying the teachers full salaries. So parents are saying, we are buying data, we are sacrificing our phone, we are buying diesel, we can't pay full school fees because we are spending money and the children are not in school. And then the parents are saying that, and the teachers are saying we want our full salary. So who is losing? Who is losing? The school is losing. At the end of the day, something has got to give. We pray, I pray, I don't know whether you are praying or I was opportune to do 2 courses while this pandemic was on in a university that was going to cost me $60,000, and they gave out some courses for free, and I grabbed it in my bedroom, in my night clothes. I was in class. I didn't have to dress up to show up. In the comfort of my space, I was able to get that degree. But for COVID, I probably would have traveled to be graduated formally. I don't know if you understand. So there have been so far benefits. There have been benefits. A lot of people have done a lot of things online you cannot imagine. They would have had the time. We now had time on our hands, and those of us that were wise used the time. When you are ready, let me know, please. Are you ready? Okay, let's take on. Those of us that had the time used the time wisely. Some people played all through, and when school resumed, they were lost as to where to start. I don't know, any other teacher wants to give us something? We are all learning. We finished our debate, so we're not dropping points. We're just learning, teaching, etc. Any teacher? Yes, yes, please.
Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, he gave students the opportunity to get knowledge with political views. Because during that time, students were made to watch channels such as the FTAs, the BBC News, which till now, students write letters about government. And you can come across questions like, when was the COVID-19 pandemic conveyed to Nigeria? So students who didn't watch the news then, you'll be confused to what to answer. Thank you.
Okay, there was a debate here today. Please give it to the government college. There was a debate here today as to when exactly we started the impact of the pandemic. Was it the impact we're talking about? What date were you giving us? The date the World Organization declared it as a pandemic, right? Okay.
In Nigeria, not every parent have job to buy food for their children. So for the small opportunity we have, the government don't need to close down schools. We're supposed to be going to school every day. Now, in this Nigeria, we don't have connection, like the globe. Not all networks are working. Even the MTN, not all networks are. So now, we need to have small opportunities to go to school and learn. Thank you.
Thank you very much. How many of us, besides the government's phone, how many of us here have a phone, our own phone, and it's an Android phone? Okay, thank you. Okay, who else? Man. A round of applause. So.
You are welcome once again. All protocols to be observed. We appreciate the Rotary Club for your yearly impact in our students and teachers as well. For this topic, it's a wonderful topic. It's a topic that covers both sides. But in Nigeria, for Nigerian students, the opposite side takes the upper hand because of some of the less privileged people, because of some things that we cannot easily lay our hands upon. And more so, I would prefer physical classroom than virtual classrooms, except we want to deceive ourselves. Tell me, if you are not been seeing yourself, the Rotarians, for the past 1 year, and by the time you meet yourself physically, how do you feel? So for teachers not to see their students physically, I don't really like it. Yes, we can control them, we can monitor them on the phone, but physically you need them to counsel them, to know them deep down to their houses, to their homes. They come to you, they open up what they cannot tell their parents. By the time you counsel them, they feel happy. They feel their problems are solved. So the pandemic has both sides, but to me, the negative side is more gain the upper hand than the positive side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Well, she's talking from her point of view, but this generation will tell you, regardless of all the points we are going to state here today, the world is moving faster than we think. I give you this story as a roundup. My son came to do his, my son is from, when I say my son is from Delta State. I always claim to be from Edo State. I don't think when you get married, you should change your state, so I'm from Edo State. But my son is from Delta State, and so there's a card called Delta Indigene Card. And so we wanted him to get Delta Indigene Card, we wanted him to get his voter's card, we wanted him to get his driver's license. He's not schooling here, but we wanted to just get those things, just because. This boy paraded government's parastatus forever. He got to the local government at Etiosa to get his national ID card, and they told him that there was no light. And he called me, he said, "Mommy, they said there's no light. I don't understand. Why is the man telling me there's no light?" I said, "He's telling you so that you can come back." This boy paraded that place for over a week. He couldn't do his national ID card. He had to travel to school. Before he left, he said, "Mommy, in Canada, they bring my passport to me, and I'm not a Canadian citizen." He said, "Why there's so much corruption is there's too much physical contact. If everything I need to do is online, you can't bribe me, I can't bribe you. You don't know my tribe, your own is do your work, send it to me. But if every time I come to a door, I see Rotary Grammar School, and I have affiliation with them, too much physical contact sometimes, most times, is what brings about corruption. If I was going to come to these gates now, or go to a place, and I don't need to pay to go in, or I need to pay to go in. So whether I came late and I forgot my key at home, so I drove out. Because there's nobody at the gate, if I drive out of that premises 10 times, I will pay 10 times. But you know what? If there's somebody at the gate, when I forget my key at home, when I'm coming back, I'll say, "But you saw me just now. Did you see me when I passed just now? Allow me in." And that is how the corruption starts. And so he says, "Okay, I'm not a Canadian citizen, and they bring things to me. Now in my country, they frustrated my life. I can't get my driver's license, I can't get mine until you know somebody." I don't want to believe GSGS knows somebody. That's why they gave them phone. Because many people don't have phones. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it becomes unfair when a particular school says less privilege. How do you define? In my estate, they brought COVID-19 palliatives. I'm living next to my estate chairman. I saw Indomie. I saw things. I was just saying, maybe they will give us. And then all of a sudden, I heard in the room of one of our meetings, it was given to the less privileged in our estate. I said, what? All the estate houses are similar. All of us are driving cars, whether unknown. How do you identify the less privileged among us? Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? So how do you identify? We are all living in the same house, built same form. But when you are about to share something, you said less privilege among us. There was commotion in my estate. I don't understand. Is it by Jeep or by Saluka? How do you identify? So those are the factors, by the grace of God, your generation will help us to call, where every person is equal. A round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. My president, fellow Rotarians, teachers in our midst, principal and our midst, students. I'm President Kevin Ofili. You have to remove my mask so that you can, when you see me tomorrow, you say this is one of the Rotarians that came to give us good grades. First of all, I will say that I appreciate the students today. You have all done wonderfully well. I don't think we have a negative impact from this coronavirus because the way you have presented today, I feel that Nigeria will have been able to overcome it. Maybe Lagos, I don't know about some other places where they are kidnapping students. Maybe Lagos will be able to overcome it. The panel of judges who have done our final review. It was a very tough one because I will tell you, it was a highly contested debate. So please give all the participants a very good round of applause. Unfortunately, when there's a contest, there must be a winner. But first of all, you all won. But we'll just announce for the ceremony the winner for today. Starting from the school that came fourth, we have Palomo High School. Please stand up. Palomo High School came fourth on this debate. Okay, you can see it. Next to Palomo High School is the third position, which goes to, funny enough, GSSGS. Please stand up for us. Now we have two other schools left. I'll just call the winner. And you know that the other school is the second. And the winner is Government College.
I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. It's getting close. Now it's just who wants the most. It's just like that's how it is.
but because you marshaled out your points, you were able to defend your position, and your presentation was very, very convincing. And I want to say that the lady standing next to me, you actually acquitted yourself very well. And I want to encourage you to keep it up, sharpen your skills and more. It will take you places. Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Where's your vice principal?
Teachers, please join them nicely. Teachers, please join them. Join them, join them, join them. Success have many friends. I'm also a teacher at this point. Success has many friends. Join them. They've made us proud. Fellow Rotarians, please join them now. program is still on. A round of applause as they take their certificate of participation. Thank you. Thank you very much. Titi Loluwa Oye. Oye. Oh, I'm sorry. Oye. A round of applause. And then we have the second runner-up. Please come forward. A round of applause for them, please. Let the song stand up. They are two champions. Bibi Kevin, our closing honors. Can you play the song that we know? Because and then Malians here, no Malians here.
Nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision though I believe. I know I can.
A round of applause
for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. For the champions, for the champions.
A round of applause. Yes,
Stand up. For the champions, for the champions.
Thank you very much. And for the second runner-up, we have GSSG. A round of applause.
We'll make this presentation for the our aim.
To my destiny, I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it
For
most.
certificate of participation, can we have Falomo High School, please? Patience. Afolabi, please. What's your Afolabi, right?
May I invite my Deputy Secretary to come and take this to Paloma, I want to encourage you. This is your first outing with us.
Yes.
Go back and prepare. Next year is coming. Every year that we have
It's actually every year in September when you resume. But we had to do it this time because of COVID. Yes, go on. On behalf of Rotary of IKOYI Metropolitan, why are we not clapping? I'm coming to it. Smile, smile. All participants, come forward with your certificate. All participants, please come forward with certificate, please. Thank you.
Okay, certificate of participation to Afolabi Adebowale.
Thank you. And the last picture for today, all Rotarians, all participants with your certificate, please come forward. For a group picture, we take our refreshment, but we have to have a closing prayer, right? Closing prayer, no? Okay, so let's say the big prayer. Rotarians on the back, students in front, president. You are like them, president of mine. In no particular order, please. Follow more high. Follow more high. Please come forward.
Thank you. Next.
Government college, get ready. If you are bold enough to give us the vote of thanks, stand up for Government College. Government College. Thank you for the tremendous work you do. You are not appreciated enough. Thank you all very much. Who is bold enough to give us the vote of thanks as we run off? Any students? Vote of thanks. TT. Okay, your vote of thanks. James.
boy, yeah, bro. Doro fresh, Doro big, Doro flashy, Doro classy, Doro fine pass anybody way, Doro see, Doro get pass anybody way, Doro meet you.
Doro na diva, Doro na tiwa, Doro na leader, follow the leader. Doro, 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 Doro is bigger, Doro is higher. Follow the ladder, so follow the ladder. Doro can leave her, she know the tire. Doro hot, Doro minado, Doro fine, Doro Gucci, yeah. Doro me, Doro you, Doro maybe with the baddest crew.
Doro suru, Doro lere, Doro grab, Doro carry, Doro fast past anybody way, don't they pass before. Doro sweet past anybody way, Doro jam man, Doro hammer, Doro bako, Doro knock past carpenter way, don't they knock before. Doro nado, Doro Messi, Doro dribble anybody way, try to mark.
Doro, African prince, Doro.
Today na today, and when I finish you go know say na me, yeah. As you did the delay, to prove my loving you must chop my money, yeah. Cause my bank alerts na bagam, my checking on the bounce, my mansion on a badam. Baby take a look around, my bank alerts na bagam, my checking on the bounce, my mansion on a badam. Make you take a look around, girl, it's up to you, but I dey pray you say I do. Go tell your papa, say na me they come for you. Iyo go go, Kenje nange bishop na ega digo. Iyo go go, Kenje nange bishop na ifa digo. Like play. The person we want your you run, they beg to stay. Them say I the grace, say which can love be this? They don't know how I feel. Baby say something, make we do something. Yeah, let me hear you say today na today, and when I finish you go know say na me, yeah. As you did the delay, to prove my loving, you must chop my money, yeah. Cause my bank alerts na bagam, my checking on the bounce, my mansion on a badam. Baby, take a look around, my bank alerts na bagam, my checking on the bounce, my mansion on a badam. Make you take a look around, girl, it's up to you, but I dey pray you say I do. Go tell your papa, say na me they come for you. Iyo go go, Kenje nange bishop na ega digo. Iyo go go, Kenje nange bishop na ifa digo. Like play. The person we want your you run, they beg to stay. Them say I the grace, say which can love be this? They don't know how I feel. Baby say something, make we do something. Yeah, let me hear you say I do. Baby say something, make we do something. Yeah, baby muna gige bio, cause my bank alerts na bagam, my checking on the. You take a look around, girl, it's up to you, but I dey pray you say I do. Go tell your papa, say na me they come for you. Iyo go go, Kenje nange bishop na ega digo. Iyo go go, Kenje nange bishop na ifa digo. Like play. The person we want your you run, they beg to stay. Them say I the grace, say which can love be this? They don't know how I feel. Baby say something, make we do something. Yeah, let me hear you say I do. Baby, say something, something. Make we do something, something. Yeah, baby, muna gige bio. Cause my bank alerts na bagam. My checking on the.
Wedding bull, baby, anything you want to make I do. I know be tiger bad to my boo. Oh yeah, now our master oh, you the bad oh. If your body touch your mortgage, you go get belly. Jesus. After the reggae, play the blues, blues. Make you do as I do. Enjoy yourself, baby boo. Cause even your boo get a boo. Share the gala, share the booze. Everybody wanna groove. As far as the money they pay, EBO pop champagne. Ladies call me talk and do. I talk, I do. Cause I know they for talk and do. Dance for reggae, dance for blues. I turn by turn, life they do. Oh yeah, my madam, dance for me, my madam. I like how you padam, I spray you many dollars. Oh yeah, no, my madam, dance for me, my madam. I like how you madam, I spray you many dollars. After the reggae, play the blues, blues. Make you do as I do. Like wedding bull, baby, anything you want to make I do. I know be tiger bad to my boo. Oh yeah, now our master oh, you the bad oh. If your body touch your mortgage, you go get belly. Jesus. After the reggae, play the blues, blues. Make you do as I do. Enjoy yourself, baby boo. Cause even your boo get a boo. Share the gala, share the booze. Everybody wanna groove. As far as the money they pay, EBO pop champagne. Ladies call me talk and do. I talk, I do. Cause I know they for talk and do. Dance for reggae, dance for blues. I turn by turn, life they do. Oh yeah, my madam, dance for me, my madam. I like how you padam, I spray you many dollars. Oh yeah, no, my madam, dance for me, my madam. I like how you padam, I spray you many dollars.
Good day, ma'am. Can we know you, ma'am?
My name is Rotary the president of Rotary Club of IKOYI Metro, year 2020-2021.
Okay, ma'am. Today has been a great day. Can you tell us real quick what happened today and why is people excited?
Oh, today is our annual school debate. It's a program that we usually have to mark the literacy month in Rotary. So because of the pandemic, we had to postpone it. So today we are able to hold a debate. We had 4 schools that participated. Government College, Osborne Road, who are the champions, second time now. We have also the GSSS, GS. We have the Rotary Grammar School, who came second. And we also have Palomo High School. So today has been an exciting time. And moreover, this particular debate, we dedicated it in memory of our departed past president, Rotarian Tunde Adeleye, who passed on last year. And it's actually in memory of him. And it was sponsored by one of his friends, who is also a club member. And so it's an exciting time, and I'm so glad to God that we're able to make it.
Okay, Ma, thank you very much for that answer. It's a very, probably, as it's joyous for others, it might be emotional for you because you're Rotarian and it's memory of Rotarians. So, but all that being said, what will you say to people watching that are not Rotarians, that are not students? What will you say to the winner of this event?
You know, the thing is that whenever there's a contest, there will always be a winner, there will be a loser. But one thing that separates the winner from the loser is preparation. It's preparation, a sense of vision, a sense of responsibility. So to the winner, I will say, this is just the beginning. To the losers, I will say, is another opportunity for them to identify their areas of weakness and go back and work towards it and smoothing it out so that by next year when we have this contest again, they will come first.
Thank you very much for that. So someone that is not a Rotarian watching this, what would you like to say to that person?
You know, Rotary is good. Rotary is good business because for Rotarians, one of the hallmarks is that we touch life. And we try to help to bring in the younger generation into the ideal of Rotary so that they will understand when we say the 4-way test, what does it mean? The 4-way test is actually one, I would say one, how do I put it? One of the cardinal points that impacts all our life because the 4-way test is impacting everything we do in all our relationships as classmates, as schoolmates, as colleagues at work, as friends, as husbands, as wives, wherever we find ourselves, we always exhibit one aspect of the 4-way test or the other. And that's why we always tell ourselves, before you do anything, think it through. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendship? And will it be beneficial to all? So each time you pass anything you want to do, passes this 4 tests, then it is good to go.
Okay, thank you very much, madam. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. So we invite those who are not Rotarians to come and join Rotary. Because we say, if you want to be a good leader, join the Rotary.
Where can they join? If they want to join, how can they join?
If you want to join Rotary Club of IKOYI Metro, just go online, www.rotaryclubikoyimetro.org. Open the website, you will see the form, fill it, put in your details, and submit it. I will receive it.
Thank you very much for your time.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay, good day, ma'am. Could you introduce yourself, ma'am?
You are welcome. My name is Mrs. Ajade Alice Yabo, VP of Government Senior College, IKOYI, the winner of today's competition organized by IKOYI Rotary Club.
Wow, that sounds good. The winner of today's competition.
Yeah.
So, because we came in here, we noticed everybody were happy, they were jumping, we can hear music here and there. Ma, can you give us a brief info of what happened within the short minute, ma'am?
It was a competition that was organized by IKOYI Rotary Club, and this is a program they always do every year. It's a yearly competition. We thank God 4 schools participated, wherein my school came first, Government Senior College, IKOYI. We are all happy. As you all know, success belongs to everybody. So that's why you can see all of us, even the parents were here to support their children.
Okay, I love the point success belongs to everybody.
Yeah.
So on success belongs to everybody, I'd like you to just say 2-3 things you love about Rotary and what you want them to do and what you expect from them, and a word to the winner and those that came to participate in 10 sentences.
The Rotary Club has been so wonderful. I want them to continue their good gesture, helping students around this IKOYI island generally. They have been so wonderful. Let them continue in this vein. And I want them to come to the aid of the school. As you can see, our schools, we are in need of so many things. We are expecting them. We are relying on them. Then we say a big thank you for them. Then we want them to connect us. This they have been doing through many of them, especially Mr. Omueta. They have been collecting on.
Thank you
Then
so much.
for the winners and the participants, I congratulate them. Today, if they did not win, another year they will definitely win. And for those of us that have won, we will not relent in our effort. Thank you very much.
So good day to you. Please introduce yourself.
My name is IKOYI.
My name is Peace James. I'm a student of Government Senior College, IKOYI.
I was in preparation for this.
Well, we had restless nights, we had sleepless nights here. We put in a lot into this. We were totally dedicated and not that all.
Well, as she said, we had restless nights. We took a lot of time to prepare, even though we were not feeling well. Physically we were not feeling well, mentally as well, but emotionally we were feeling well. We had the motivation from Mr. Omueta because he's the alma mater of this school. Was from this school, and we do not want to fail. We were dedicated to make him proud. So, and that was our motivation to keep pushing forward and keep aiming high.
And lastly, we also felt since the program was held in our school, so we must win. So that was another reason we put in more effort into this.
Do you think the judges were biased in any way?
I don't feel so because I
No, I think they felt intrigued, not just by our own presentation, but by all the presentation of all the schools.
So, how do you feel at the moment?
Feel happy,
excited,
joyous. Happy, feel joyous.
So what's the message for people out there?
Well, the message for people out there, talking to all the children, adults out there, if you want to become someone great in life, always aim higher, because an hard work is the only way to success. Don't only work harder, but also work smarter. As the saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. If you lose, failure is not always the end of the road. You can work harder. You learn from your failures, you learn from the past in order to see how you can face the future.
Wow.
Never give up.
Wow. Have you experienced failure before?
Yes! A lot of times that when they played the song Stand Up for the Champion, I started feeling emotional because it was the first time they actually played the song for me.
Wow.
Because every time I go for a competition, there's always second thought. And when they are playing it for other students, there's that feeling of envy that I want them to play the song for me, and I'll work hard till I hear that song. So when I finally listened to it as they played because we won, I felt happy that finally.
I'm so excited.
Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations once again. Nice having you.
Next time.
Good day, please kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, I am George Speak.
I'm Rotary Senior Grammar School. Wow. Nice having you guys here. How do you feel at the moment?
Also emotional because this is the first time I'm coming second in any kind of competition. I was from third or fourth.
I feel relieved and a little bit of envy. Because I'm used to hearing the stand up for the champions songs.
Wow. Were you feeling kind of anxiety or kind of fear while talking today? Or were you just bold enough?
I was anxious because when I heard my first opponent, I felt, this guy was going to win. Then I was anxious. Then after everything, thank God.
Okay, yes, I was feeling it very nervous. I could literally hear my heart right from my ear.
Wow.
Very well.
So you came second. So where did you think you missed everything? Where was the downfall from? Where did you think you had the problem from?
In English, we call it mechanical accuracy. I couldn't arrange my points. My gesticulations were okay, and I wasn't fluent in my words. So I think that's why
Yeah. So congratulations on second position. You gotta try again next time. Nice having you guys. Thank you. To see you again.
Okay, thank you.